You gave Linux a try alongside Windows. Maybe it wasn't for you, maybe you just need the disk space back, or maybe you simply want a clean, single-boot Windows machine again. Whatever the reason, removing Linux from a dual-boot setup is completely doable, and when done correctly, Windows comes back cleaner than ever with all that space fully recovered. This video walks you through every step safely. Welcome back. Today we're removing a Linux installation, in this case Ubuntu, though the process works for any Linux distribution, from a dual-boot configuration with Windows 10 or 11. Before anything else, if there are any files on your Linux installation you want to keep, back them up right now. Once we delete that partition, everything on it is gone permanently. The most critical part of this entire process is correctly identifying which partition belongs to Linux, because we're going to delete it, and deleting the wrong partition causes serious problems. Here's the safest way to do it. If your Linux installation is still accessible, boot into it one last time before we start. In Ubuntu, search for disks in the Applications menu and open it. Look through the partition list for the entry formatted as ext4. This is Linux's file system type. Note its size carefully. In my case, it shows as 32 gigabytes. Now restart and boot into Windows. When the GRUB menu appears, select Windows Boot Manager and let Windows load fully. Having that size number in mind is your safety check for the next step. It helps you confirm you're looking at the right partition in Windows Disk Management. Once you're in Windows, right-click the Start button and select Disk Management from the menu. The Disk Management window opens, showing a complete visual map of every drive and partition on your system. Take a moment to look at the layout. You'll see your main Windows partition, labeled C, a system reserved partition, possibly a recovery partition, and somewhere in that list, a partition with no drive letter assigned and a size that matches what you noted from the Linux Disks tool. That unlabeled partition is your Linux installation. On most dual boot setups, it will also show as raw or unrecognized file system type from Windows' perspective, because Windows can't read ext4. These two clues together, no drive letter and unrecognized format, confirm you found the right one. Before you right-click anything, triple-check the size matches what you confirmed in Linux. Compare it against your C drive and other partitions to make absolutely sure you're not about to delete the wrong thing. Confident you have the right partition? Right-click on it and select Delete Volume. A warning dialog will appear telling you all data on the partition will be lost. Click Yes to confirm. Windows deletes the partition in a few seconds. Where the Linux partition used to be, you'll now see a black block labeled Unallocated. That's your recovered space, currently free and not assigned to anything. Let's fix that. Now, let's merge that unallocated space back into your Windows C drive. Right-click on your C drive partition in Disk Management and select Extend Volume. The Extend Volume wizard will open. Click Next. The wizard automatically detects the unallocated space and selects all of it by default, which is exactly what we want. The full amount of recovered space will be added to your C drive in one step. Click Next, review the summary confirming the new size of your C partition, and click Finish. Disk Management merges the space immediately. Your C drive is now larger. Every gigabyte that Linux was occupying is back in Windows. But we're not finished yet. The most important step is still ahead. Even though the Linux partition is gone, GRUB, the boot menu that was appearing at startup, is stored separately in the EFI system partition. If we don't remove it, your PC may still try to load GRUB at boot and display an error, or the boot process may behave unexpectedly. We need to access the EFI partition, delete the Linux Bootloader folder from it, and restore Windows as the sole boot manager. Here's how. Click the Start button and type CMD. Right-click Command Prompt and select Run as Administrator. Click Yes. In the Command Prompt window, type DiskPart. Press Enter. the prompt changes to DiskPart. You're now inside the disk partitioning utility. Type list disk, press Enter. You'll see all physical disks connected to your system. Identify your main drive, usually disk 0, by its size. Type Select Disk 0, press Enter. Now type List Partition, press Enter. This shows all partitions on disk 0. Look for the System partition. It's typically small, around 100 to 500 megabytes, and labeled as Type System. This is the EFI partition. It's usually Partition 1. Type Select Partition 1, press Enter. Now assign it a temporary drive letter so we can access it through File Explorer. Assign letter equals G, press Enter. You'll see a confirmation that the drive letter was assigned. Minimize, do not close the command prompt window. We'll need it again shortly. Now we need to access the EFI partition through File Explorer, but there's a catch. The EFI partition is protected and doesn't show up through normal File Explorer navigation. Here's a quick workaround. Right-click the taskbar and open Task Manager. Click File in the top menu, then select Run New Task. In the dialog box that opens, click Browse. File Explorer will open with elevated permissions, the kind needed to access the EFI partition. Click on This PC, then select the disk G and open it. You're now inside the EFI partition. Open the EFI folder. Inside, you'll see subfolders for each bootloader installed on your system. There will be a Microsoft folder for Windows and a folder named Ubuntu, or the name of whatever Linux distribution you installed. Right-click the Ubuntu folder, or your Linux distributions folder, and select Delete. Confirm the deletion. That folder contained the GRUB bootloader files. It's gone. Close the File Explorer window. Go back to the command prompt window we minimized earlier. You should still be in DiskPart with the EFI partition selected. Type Remove Letter equals G. Press Enter. You'll see confirmation that the drive letter was removed. The EFI partition is no longer accessible as a regular drive, which is correct. It should never be visible as a normal drive letter. Now type Exit. Press Enter to close DiskPart. Then type Exit again or simply close the command prompt window. The cleanup is complete. Restart your computer. Watch what happens at startup. Instead of the GRUB menu appearing and asking you to choose an operating system, your PC boots directly into Windows. No menu, no countdown, no GRUB. Just Windows loading cleanly and immediately. That's your confirmation that everything worked correctly. GRUB has been removed, the Linux bootloader files are deleted, and Windows Boot Manager is once again the only boot manager on your system. Open Disk Management one more time and look at your C drive size. You'll see it's larger than before, reflecting all the space recovered from the Linux partition. If you hit any issues, drop them in the comments with as much detail as possible. I reply regularly, and the community here is active and helpful. A like and a subscribe helps the channel, and I post practical Windows and Linux guides every day. Thanks for watching.